Okay, right. I'm invisible. Anyway, we're going anyway. Yeah. Select. Interesting. There we go. That. There. Move back. Right. So, where we left you last? Yes. Devilfish swam away. So. So you're out of combat for now. Okay.
I'm going to back out of that big dark blob of blobby darkness.
Yes. Big dark blobby blob of darkness. Indeed, you want to back out of that. That's certainly the
And then
case.
I'll kind of go round and see if I can get past the big dark blob of blobby darkness. Now I'm getting flashbacks to Crinkly Bottom.
Hello, Tank Girl!
I'm going to go and see what the Mr. Blobby shaped void above me.
Well, Yes, a 15-foot diameter crystal globe hangs between two square pillars in this room, connected to them by thousands. Oh, this connected to them by thousands of glittering crystalline filaments. A crystal tube extends up from the eastern side of the sphere through a hole in the ceiling, apparently. Inside the sphere is a staggering amount of treasure: coins, gem, art objects, rolled up tapestries, bars of precious metals, and more. On the sound effects stuff. Should be all up.
That sounds like a big glittery ball of shiny thing.
That sounds like a trap.
Is that so quiet? There we go. Okay. Yeah, you're all okay because you've still got your environmental protection going. Leia, you can make a notice check. It appears to be sort of along that wall at the bottom, a very small gap, and not much more than about 6 inches in height, running the whole width.
Examine it.
Certainly.
Does it
Tokens.
seem to be like something that could open wider? By the way, my notice roll should probably be at -2. I'll take account of it from this point. I'm not used to being underwater.
Okay. Yeah, okay. It's not good. Uh-huh. Let's do that. Okay. As you sort of crouch down to examine it, two barbed tentacles basically shoot through the gap and slash at you. Unfortunately, it's stealth roll beat your notice check, so I'm afraid you didn't see it.
Fine.
Okie dokie. Damage. That's ridiculous.
And I said that's fine.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
Yikes. Okay, well, let's see if I can do some soaking. Okay, I'm going to redo that with conviction involved.
That might be a good idea.
There's the conviction. Oh, now try that. Geo and shadows. Let's have a slash roll.
It's very dark, so you do get your free soak roll, don't you?
Okay, free soak roll for number 1 hit. Free soak roll for number 2 hit. Both of which are
Maybe it's for all Leia will need them. Certainly will.
You're not kidding.
Yeah,
So,
I've got no adventure cards that will help you.
I'm going to take that on the first one and try and soak the second one.
The only problem with taking out the first one is, of course, it's going to apply -2 to the second one.
Yeah, it is.
You might need some more bennies.
Well, this is not the time for my dice to look like 2s and 3s. So I guess I'm incapped.
I'm afraid so.
How many cards how many cards can you play in a
Fortunately,
One's
it's
not
only a
really.
temporary injury.
2. I can play 2.
I've got a card if you want to trade it.
I'll happily trade it.
I agree. Bennies for Leia. I already gave Leia 1 Benny, so I'll give Leia 2 Bennies. Okay.
Okay, I'll play it.
God, let me just see which one you gave me. Oh, that one. Oh, I should realise that before I spent 4 bennies in a conviction. But
Yeah,
I'll
I
take
was.
it anyway.
Because I just finally looked at my adventure
It's
card.
okay. I'm still grateful for it. So yes, I guess that I dashed behind this crystal thing and it hit that instead.
So you're not
And,
incapacitated, so you've only taken 2 wounds.
Yeah.
So
and I
I'm
will
assuming
give
you're
you-
going to completely negate the damage from the
instead.
second attack. That seems fine. Okay, squeezing through that 6-inch gap comes the devil.
I officially don't like this thing.
Okie dokie.
Thank you very much for letting me not die.
On cards. How about cards? Oh. There we go. Still. Pop-ups on the cards still isn't working. Why? Oh, I bet you because it somehow went from test. It's probably gone back to live mode rather than test mode.
You've got a bloody joker, haven't you?
That's what I.
Yeah, you've got
Yes,
a joker.
I got a
Leia's an ace.
joker. Which is the worst possible thing to happen. I got a joker, which is unfortunate. So I'm afraid I think you might still be incapacitated. I'm afraid. Anyway.
I cannot read what it is on these cards.
No, I know.
I'm tempted to play contact just to see if there's a friendly catfish.
Wow, look at that. Even with the Joker bonus, I missed twice.
I'm very glad to hear that.
Hey, you're up next.
Okay, I best pull something out of my house then, hadn't I? Let's see.
Thank God says kill it
Swords.
there.
A bit of- Oh. Should I still have all of those powers on?
Yes.
Alright. Take that then. I'm going to add that.
They probably should be diminished by a couple, but they didn't have enough time to they didn't have enough time to go away, as far as I'm concerned.
Let's make that. And I'm assuming I cannot pounce while I am here. because of the
Probably
water.
not something you can do underwater now, as
Can-
such.
Yeah, I am definitely not as good underwater as ordinarily I would be. Would you put a wild attack on me, please? Because I'm pretty pissed off with this thing.
Yep, wild attack activated.
Hang on a moment. Where's my conviction die?
Yes, because you did it when the combat track.
Thank you very much. Do you
You
wish
still
to
hit with the
hold
raise
it?
anyway.
Yeah, true.
You'll
So-
technically need to spend a penny when you end your turn if you want to keep it going, or you can let it drop.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
These dice don't like me. No, that's all right.
Well, I just got a Benny from
That's
that
the Benny to
getting the
keep it
Joker,
going.
so I'm going to. Okay. I'm afraid its toughened hides is able to resist your vicious clawing, but only just. It's out of Benny's again.
My Majenko will have realised that I am not so well and move up. It's not showing me the. You've not locked movement, so I don't know how far it has moved.
I'll lock movement. There we go.
Let me put him back. Okay, he's there, so I've got an extra inch. There you go then. That's his full movement.
18. Majenko can reach you if you want him to.
He was, to be fair, he was here at the beginning of his movement.
Yeah, but that's because you hadn't moved.
3.
You hadn't actually moved him when you were moving yourself,
thank
so.
you.
It's
That's
perfectly
very
reasonable
kind
to
of
let
you.
him to do that.
Well, in that case, can he heal me underwater?
Yeah, he's got environmental protection on him.
Excellent. Then he's going to be healing me.
It's an innate, isn't it? It's just minor healing, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep, so it's 1 wound back. No problem at all.
Thank you very much. I have just pressed in turn. It did. Oh no,
Yeah,
no.
there you
I
goes.
just took its sweet time about it.
It did. Oh, Vorka. Can't see anything. Vorka's floating in the dark. Lost Vorka. I'll put him on hold.
Mm.
That is. It's not here. We'll put them on hold. Gastus.
Since Gastus is probably unaware of the fight that's going on, Gastus will continue to explore.
Why is that? Let me have a look. Very strange. Seem to have got linked. I don't know if what's your pace, Gastus?
8, because of my
Yeah,
boots.
That's what I thought. It's just I accidentally accepted your move before you finished moving it, so there you go.
Aha, thank you.
Is that any better? That's a threat.
How big is this? How big is this thing that Leah's fighting?
It's huge.
Like what size in numbers?
36 feet long. Able to fit through 6-foot inch gaps because it's compress itself scarily easily.
Okay, but his size is part of his strength, or no?
Oh yeah. Well, his toughness is part. His size. His size is part of his toughness, isn't it? Because
Then I'm
having
gonna
size 8
step
gives him
over
+8
here.
toughness.
I'm going to spend 6 power points and reduce his size by 3. Oh, that was the other spell I took when I got my final advance.
Both shrink. Okay. Shrink reduces size 1 for every 2 power points spent to a maximum of 2. Each step decreases strength by 1 die type and toughness by a minimum. For unwilling targets, the spirit's arcane roll is opposed by spirit. So your roll of a 6. Okay, so I get to resist that. He's on the Joker bonus. Are you happy with a 6?
No, I'll penny it one time. Oh, and I was gonna spend conviction, damn it.
If you spend it now, you can, and then still you can spend your conviction, and then because you've spent your Benny now roll again. Nothing says you can't do that in the rules. Therefore, you can.
Okay, well, I spent my conviction. spell go? Damn it. I have these all nice and neat and organized in my thing, and then I can't find them.
I know the feeling.
Yes, that's ever so much. Resist that. Resist that, honey.
24, yeah, I don't think I'm going to resist that with a Joker bonus. Annoyingly,
3
look at that.
sizes smaller.
Look at that. I mean, I would have failed even if you'd done it. You know what I mean? Not that you know. Okay, so
You're
shrink.
reducing the size of a bug so that, you know, Leia can squash it.
Right, size -3. That's that. Toughness should be -3 as well, surely, when you reduce someone's size, because size is added to toughness, isn't it? Right, fix that. So you've made it you've now made it 18 feet. You've halved it in size.
Not quite small enough for Leia to swallow them.
No.
Well, it helps. Every little bit helps.
Okie dokie. So if you reduce it.
And this is not Rudy's kind of thing, so he's just
Each point of size that goes down reduces its strength of die type and its toughness by 1.
That's what I thought. So I need to update that. Size.
just should
Oh, yeah.
make him a little easier for Leah to deal with.
Yeah. So now he's technically he's size 2 and his reach drops by 1 because you made him smaller. Okay.
I'm back
Okay.
now. Sorry about that.
That's okay. You're on hold, but you're floating in absolute darkness, it would appear.
Yeah, I see that.
You got low light vision, don't you?
I do.
Why is it not working?
I have no idea. Neither me nor my lady are able to see in the darkness, apparently.
You've got dark vision,
Which is even better.
which is even better. I don't know why you can't. I don't know what's happened. Okay, so that needs to go to X. I'll give you. Okay. Just do dollar lock. Dollar. That should do it. Should dark side. Dark side. That fix it. You can see. Now you can see because you got dark side.
Now I can see.
Hurrah!
Did the hammer and saw.
Now we just got to check whether what good lady wife can see in the dark. Great. Blind sense, yeah. She should have dark sight. Doesn't appear to be working. She's got blind sense. Oh well, gone up. Dark. Blind. Huh? Yeah, don't know why that's not working. Very strange. Ooh, crap, I just posted. No, I didn't mean to apply that to Volker. That one. Going on there. Very weird. I don't know what's going on. Oh well. Anyway, what are you up to? Oh, you're healing. Sorry. Oh, you know what it is? You're inside that globe of darkness. That's what it was. It's that globe of darkness, and it's obviously still there. I forgot about that. There we go. That explains why I was so confused. Okay, new round. So what's Attila the Flawless up to? Gone away again. Away again. New round.
Okay, Vorka moved forward and healed Leia of her last wound. And then his lady would have just followed up behind him.
Okie. And you're up again, Volker. You're going first this time. You were, but I managed to somehow do something that did a whole new deal of cards. So you're not going first now. Sorry about that. I shall give everyone bennies by way of apology. In case you want to move yourselves up the tracker. The devilfish is going last, of course. Oh, there you are. You're our first, Volker. I don't know what's going on. I'm very confused.
I don't know what... Yeah, shush you.
I'll give you bennies anyway. Damn it.
We shrunk him a bit, and now he's got to face Vorka and Leo. So
Okay, so Vorka's going to move to there. Yeah, let's target Briar.
Weird's going on.
That's where's combat? There it is.
Very weird's going on. This sphere of darkness still, and I can't work out where it's coming from. No idea what's going on here. Oh well, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Okay. Oh, so Vorka charges in and doesn't.
Gives it a bit of a love tap. Good grief, really? Stop
Hang
it
on.
with the ones, dice.
Shrunk -3, shrunk -3. Looks like shrink does actually affect toughness. It just knows it. Yeah, size is obviously factored in, so I don't need to put the toughness in. There we go. That's fine. Okay. It does look like it's centered on Leia, doesn't it?
That's because it is, because Leia's got a 97 rounds worth of darkness power still on her.
Thank you. Where's Leia got a 97 round darkness? There we go. That's what I couldn't work out what was going on. Thank God. $43 points of damage.
Yeah, and once I stopped rolling ones, yeah, I was able to roll a good high number.
43 points of damage.
I think
I'm
Kev's saying you need to try harder.
43 points of damage. Oh. Oh. Soaked them all.
Like you care. Like you care. 43 points of damage. You act like it's a lot.
4 wounds soaked. 4 wounds soaked.
I can't believe that. That's just horrifying. 4 wounds soaked with a -3 on its soak roll. I feel that 43 points of damage was magnificent, but that soaking of it was horrifying. Sorry, Vorka. Though Attila the Flawless could always try her disintegrating touch, which I actually wrongly named. It's actually meant to be rusting grasp or something. I must admit, the Savage Worlds version of Rusting Grasp is a darn sight nastier than the original D20 Pathfinder version. D20 Pathfinder version, with a name like Rusting Grasp, only affect metal. The Savage Worlds Bestiary 2 version doesn't mention anything about metal. It's just basically disintegrating bolt with a range of touch. Unpleasant. Genies today and bestiary too. Going to move on if Attila doesn't want to do anything. He keeps vanishing. I'm confused. Okay, I'll move on. Hey, you're up.
Okay, where did it go? Oh, it's just that because I wasn't clicked on me, I couldn't see it. That was weird. Fair enough, and not a problem. Let's add an extra power. Let's do some smitiness. Do that one, I think. Kai Strike. She's gonna custom.
You've already got that on.
Oh yeah, so I have. Well, just take it as extending it then. Make sure it doesn't go away.
Well, it'll tell you when it is. So give yourself your power points back for now.
Okay, fine. I'll something else instead. Then I've got that on. How about bull strength?
You've already got that.
I've already got. Have I?
Oh no, that one ran out last round.
Yeah, you haven't got any ball strength left.
I thought I got it instead then. And that's the same amount of PowerPoints, so that's fine. I don't need to adjust that.
Jubilee strength.
Let's see what I can do with
Maybe
it.
just free action. Two wounds. Oh, go on then. If I can soak 4, I can probably fail to soak 2. Yeah, so that's the 4th wound applied to Hero Wash. Gastus, sir.
Gastus the Oblivious will continue to explore up this way. Now, I would like to stop there, but I shouldn't, because even though I can see that there's something on the floor there, Gastus probably can't. Because his line of sight was stopping there for some reason.
Well, I think that's the limit of your lantern, isn't it?
Must be the limit of my lantern. Yeah.
It is the limit of your lantern light. That is the total limit of your lantern light. So that's as far ahead of you technically see.
Yep. I shall just continue up the corridor, assuming that everybody else is exploring behind me and I can't hear them because of the water.
It's unfortunate. Yeah, you need something sonic and loud and explosive to hear underwater, don't you? Indeed.
Because then you just feel it instead. You feel the concussion wave.
Yes, you do.
Okay, now to change my not spell, how it's defined. I can change my green lightning bolt to a magic trident by spending a penny ring. Hello?
Yes,
one
yes.
PowerPoint, one
You spend a
additional
single
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint to change the trapping. Yes.
Oh, a PowerPoint. Okay. Then a PowerPoint, so it cost me 2 PowerPoints. And
Although I would point out that casting lightning bolt underwater.
no, that's why I just changed the trapping to a magic
Exactly.
trident.
Yes, that's fine. Understood.
I'm not totally insane yet.
Yeah, sound does travel through water better than air, actually, but it's more muffled at distance, isn't it? Oh, hit with a raise. Go for it. Oh, that's a wound. That's a wound. I'll spend one more Benny on Vera Watch in one desperate attempt to. Am I gonna pull it off? Am I gonna pull it off? I am. Look at that. This thing is just a mean green. Yeah, I agree. But at the end of the day, it's just people stabbing a fish. I'm not sure that makes a much noise. Do you know what I mean? Okay.
Also, while sound itself travels better underwater, our ears don't work as well underwater.
It is technically correct. There we are. So I was just having to move that because I couldn't work out who it was targeting. Okay, I'm not sure. Ignore that. Ignore that. I've got to actually hit first. It's the easiest thing to do there is just roll that. Oh no, it isn't, because I just didn't hit with a race. Okay, so that's ignore that. That's 2 wounds on Leia, and Volker wasn't hit at all. Doesn't seem fair, does it?
Yay, I can't be beaten up because I'm not there to be beaten up.
There's Leia. Have we lost Leia?
No, I'm here. Sorry.
That's okay. 2 wounds. I'm afraid. Afraid so.
Oh, like that. Maybe you have lost Leia, but in a wholly different way.
Indeed. No, it's okay. 2 wounds.
Like I'm experiencing hentai and not in a good way.
I will, however, give you your Benny back because obviously that was you critically failing on your free soak roll rather than spending.
Free soak, yeah.
Yes, rather than spending a Benny
That's
to
very
critically
kind.
fail. Yes, but obviously it doesn't.
Thank you. I get to critically fail free of charge.
Yeah, exactly. And Fangirl says you need another Benny. Oh, and limit hell, this thing likes hitting jokers, doesn't it? I've got a Benny back, so I wasn't going to use any more Bennies on it, but now it's got one I can. Well, it's getting quite desperate. It will make it vulnerable. Wild attack. I'm going to use a Benny. It just got on the wild attack. Well, that was a waste. Brings us to Vorka.
You know, Leia, it's like paddling out a boat with a thimble. Okay, let's take 2 actions. Let's go ahead and get Leia back on her feet again. No, that's not what I said to do.
All that nice elan kicking in though to negate the multi-action. Nice, I like that. That's 1 wound back on Leia. Warm water cascades over Leia's wounds. The heart's caress.
Strangely like something just weed on.
Michael Grancy says them plain Bennies must flow. Thank you.
Orca is a goblin. That could be the way he heals.
This is getting highly disturbing.
No, she's already made it fairly clear that she doesn't like my eating habits, so I won't lick her clean like she licks herself clean.
Isn't it annoying?
Oh.
You failed by 2 points there.
To even get a shake, yeah. Let's go ahead and throw one Benny at it. Oops, forgot to get the raise here. What do you... Don't do that. Dag nabbit.
You did a roll to hit,
Stop.
not a roll to damage anyway.
Stop. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I saw that. I'm trying not to backhand my computer for being silly. Okay. No. No damage.
Tiller can probably hit quite hard. That masterwork scimitar of hers. It's a hit. That's unfortunate. Thought you could hit harder than that. It is no longer shaken. Oh, a wound. And with that, Mirror Wash is defeated. I just remembered I left a cliff sweep that I completely forgot about. Oh, what a shame. Because the encounter was broken. I didn't fix it.
Mm.
Just remembered. Okay. What? Stop that music. Should be doing the other music. Hey. Who's Hawk? These. Although I did actually remember to do this sound effects and music. How it does that. Okie dokie. Right, with Bear Wash defeated, yeah, you can have a think about what you want to do with that sphere of treasure. So
Unless there's some indication that it's going to be really useful to us to take down Ileosa, I think it's more important to get to Ileosa before she can do this ritual thing. And we can always once we win, we can always come back for it.
Plus, didn't you say there's like a tube or something leads down into this? We can just find the other end of the tube and we don't have to worry about breaking the glass.
Well, I think those of you who you realize that Ileosa has your blood for her ritual would want to get moving.
This chamber is an ancient square room littered with pottery shards and fragments of rusted metal, which form a pile in the eastern portion of the chamber. The northwest wall is decorated with a large mosaic depicting a lynx on a dark background surrounded by floating globes of light.
I'm going to find that very interesting. And I will definitely be having a look at that. Assuming.
I think that might have been for me.
Oh, in that case, I won't find that very interesting because I don't know about it. God damn it! I'll just shut up.
Gastus at this point says, "Oh bugger."
Probably does, doesn't he?
Hmm. Because he just realised he was on his own and thought, "I'll just check out this room that I'm almost in, and then I'll go." Oh bugger.
I'll be nice though and deal cards for everyone, just in case someone gets a joker. You're going second.
Oh well, that'll do.
Run away, run away, he says in the best Rachel Robin voice. Couldn't agree more.
Do you know what? I really hate boggart champions.
They are extras. Yep, you can play that on that. Are allowed to play. Really hate these guys on these guys because they are champions. Extras. I thought that. Okay. That's okay actually. Need to get that close. You can get back to there and just do a good tonguing.
Rude.
I beg your pardon.
But they're frogs. It's going to hit you with its sticky tongue. It's attempt to hit you with its sticky tongue. Just reach 2 and miss.
I'd counterattack the tongue, but I don't think you're going to let me.
It's out of your reach, isn't it?
Mm. Well, the tongue isn't when it misses me.
The tongue can be made. The boggart cannot
No
be
one's that.
butchered. Oh, I tell you what, I'm going to be really nice here. Feeling nice. I am feeling nice, but I am. This boggart champion lets out a terrifying croak, which rebounds and reverbs through the water, and even is heard through the gap there by everyone in that room. Okay, you... anyone within that sphere of I've just drawn, so basically just Ogini and Gastus, must make a spirit check or become distracted and vulnerable.
Okie doke. So Gastus is fine.
The reason I'm being nice is because doing that means everyone else hears it and knows there's trouble. Gastus, you're up, sir.
Okay, so since I was exploring with my weapons out anyway, but I'm going to put one away.
Well, you had your weapon out before, because you were going to get tongued away, did you?
No, I have my weapon out because I'm exploring a place that is likely full of enemies.
Indeed, I'm joking.
But I am going to also do something that would have summoned folks, I imagine, because I'm going to switch and chuck something. I need to get onto that tab and make sure I've got it set up.
I have to create a new. You have to create a new effect called croaked and say yes if they've croaked, because they can only do it once per encounter.
Well, I want them to croak, fairly swiftly, if I'm perfectly honest.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if this is on target, it's going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So let's remove that and target all of them.
I have a feeling these ones are wild cards.
Ah,
Gotta check. Don't worry. They're not. They're not wild cards. I must be thinking. I'm thinking about a different adventure I read.
right. I'm also going to use my martial flexibility, and I'm going to take frenzy, and I'm also going to take. I can't remember the name of the edge, but it's a combat edge that means that when I'm in the dark, all of my attacks get sneak attack.
Indeed. Yes, I know the one you mean. Is that a combat edge or is that a professional edge?
It's a combat edge.
Nice.
So.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I was looking at. You confused me for a second there.
So I've thrown a thunderstone.
Yes.
And that explodes with a deafening boom. And everybody within that template needs a vigor check, or they are shaken and deafened for an hour. Which is those 5 things.
Yeah. Is it a medium burst template, is it?
Yeah. And then because it's a sneak attack...
Yeah.
Oh, you're making it a large one, are you?
We're underwater, aren't we?
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not something you would... It's not something you would have known, but now you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, I'm fine.
Good.
Argenia, not so much.
No, it's just as you are very much aware.
I mean, we were just talking about it, so.
Yeah. I know.
Also, I do. Although they haven't actually got the rules here, I do remember. I did make up a set of rules for those underwater adventures, and there used to be. There were. I do remember the D&D stuff of when you're underwater for underwater encounters. It was sort of basically you did increase all the area of effects, explosive or sound-based area effects because by the water. So I'm literally going to upgrade the size. Okay, so deafened 1 hour.
Yep, and shaken if they.
And shaken, yeah. So I'm just putting it on Argenia as my nice test one. So that one first. Vigor check, isn't it? Vigor check. That one's okay. That one, it's doing that annoying thing where it's opening this character sheet, not pointing to.
Oh, they've got a vigor of D12, have they? Oh well.
Point is, of course, if you've got any more thunderstones, you know now about the problem. This is some scarily effective rolling, I'm afraid. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, you got one. Now I have a question for you.
Yeah.
This is an attack, but normally it's an attack that does no damage. However, because it's in the dark, the sneak attack kicks in. Do I get my D6 damage from the sneak attack?
No, you don't.
Fair enough.
Because it's got to, logically speaking, it's for crying out there. Going on here. Right. Target that one. And target that one. There we go. So this is the one I need to worry about. Shake it. There we go.
Right, and then I will.
It should also be pointed out everyone most certainly does hear the thunderstone go off as well.
Yes. And can you give me my martial flexibility for 5 rounds of frenzy and 5 rounds of being a slight cheat with my sneak attacks?
That it matters, but not that it matters because.
you hit that one.
Shadow Strike?
That's the one.
Shadow Strike, yeah. The scoundrel can use sneak attack 1 in dim, dark, or pitch darkness, even if the target is not vulnerable and they do not have the drop.
Yeah. So I've got a sneak attack and giant killer set up, so I'll use that one on the grounds that that will give me the extra d6s for really hating them and sneak attacking them.
Indeed. Might have hurt him.
I think I might. Our junior will back off into a corner confused. And now I get surrounded.
Yeah.
I will counterattack that one.
But you might. That was Bodyguard Champion 2.
Or I'll Benny that damage. That'll do.
There we go. That's better.
Gastus doesn't run away, he tactically withdraws.
Brave Sargastus doesn't run away.
Though if he personally wet himself here, nobody would notice.
Oh, they put the chemicals in the water.
Did they? Damn it.
Well, hearing the noise and not being sure how to get there, I will proceed in the direction I heard that. But I'm not. We can't run underwater even with environmental protection, so that's my move.
Yeah, the sound. You heard the sound through a gap in the floor there. You can shrink it if you shrink down to everyone to 6 inches. You can get through that way.
Yeah. Okay.
Leia, you're up.
Am I aware of what's going on?
You most certainly heard the you heard the loud croak, and you most certainly the whole floor shook with the reverberation of the thunderstone detonating.
Do I know which way?
Well, you heard it come through here, so you assume north of your current position, but you know you can't get there. You know, you can't go that way.
Okay, well, I'll assume I can't go that fast, can I? I can't run while swimming.
You can't run while swimming, I'm afraid.
So I'll get to about there, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe, no, one more. There, yeah.
Yeah.
About that. Trying to head in a direction that's helpful. And the Genko will just follow me, as he does.
Why do those pillars? Those pillars are missing, or a wall. There we go.
Yeah, all those pillars are acting a little weird.
That's because they were both missing. Oh yeah, all the pillars are missing one line of sight. I'll have to update the module. I'll be honest, when it came to the maps, I did cheat. It's like, why? I mean, I had tweaked some of them because obviously when they were created, Windows and other bits didn't exist. But predominantly, I did just recycle the D20 version of the maps. Easy that way. Okay, that's Slayer and Majenko. That brings us to Walker and Attila the Flawless. I do believe. Yes, Attila does have the ability to cast Growth and Shrink.
Yeah, but I'm checking something else real quick too. Oh, now you're gonna make me go look that up. Never mind, I'll check that later.
Size minus two to fit through the gap.
She only has to shrink me one.
Same with Sassafras.
So she knows she can't get through, but she could shrink you and Sassafras so you can fit through the gap.
And Leia is now.
We'll be
size
the size of
1.
plankton, so we'll just be lunch for whatever goes swimming through here. I'll pass.
Well, no, because as soon as you get to the other side, she can dispel it immediately, can't she? I'm just saying, if you want to go that way, it's up to you.
Well, if you don't want to go small, that's fine. I will though.
She can't cast it on herself, but she can cast it on you. Okay, so Volker,
Right.
You are being shrunk down. Oh, did you say what? Is it one size for you? You're already minus
Just
one.
one size, yeah.
You're already minus one. There you are. You're shrunk down to size -2, which makes you 4 inches high. 3 inches high, in fact. That's 3 feet high. I can't count. Sorry. Actually, you need to be -4 to be tiny. So it costs her 8.
Well, 3 feet. Hell, I almost fit through there anyhow.
No, 6 inches. I got it wrong. I was reading it. It's 6 inches
okay.
high. So, sorry, my mistake. Size -2 is 3 feet. So you need to go down 1, 2, 3 sizes. So it costs 6 power points, not 2 power points for her to shrink you that small.
Okay.
So you are you obviously next top. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much as soon as I'm on the other side, whatever the other side equates to.
Yep.
I will then holler back, okay, and she can unshrink me.
Well, let's get you to there, and yeah, we'll unshrink you. There we go. I'll allow it. So, yeah, cancelling a spell's the free action as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, she can.
So I should have been able to get to about there before my speed ran out.
Yeah, but size. I was penalising you for weeks. Oh, okay, so that costs 6, so that cuts down to 9 power points.
No, but it doesn't say it affects my speed.
I'm joking.
It just says it affects my size.
And then the GM's going to spend a penny. And it didn't work. I guess it would have worked on that. It's okay. Excuse. GM
Okay, and then she is going to take off the other direction at her whopping pace of 5. Stop. Thank you. And I still don't see anybody, so I guess that's our turn.
Yeah, pace 5. That's how depressing is that? Bodyguard champion is going first. Well, I think he's going to try some tongue-in action again.
How rude.
Okay.
Right, you're in a very filthy place tonight, and you're not
Helping.
Mm.
Okay, you've been hit by a sticky dung.
I'm not sure what to do about that. This is not the kind of thing that Gastus has had happen to him before.
Indeed. So you I think I'm going to call that Sticky Tongue. That's the name of it.
And what does that do to me?
Parry -2. And yeah, you cannot move. Yeah, so you can't. You basically you can't move, technically speaking.
I'm entangled, or
No, it just you're not entangled. It basically says a creature hit by a boggard's tongue cannot move more than 2 inches away from the boggard and suffers -2 parry as long as the tongue is attached. So you're not entangled, but you can't move. You can't move. You can't move away from that boggard. Do you know what I mean? You can move towards it, of course, but you can't move away from it. But of course, there's one in the way at the moment. Is what I was trying to say.
Okay, that's fine. I can live with that.
You can, of course, you can attempt to break free by making opposed strength checks or by damaging the tongue, apparently.
Well, that was going to be what I was intending to do. Is
cut off its tongue.
Yeah, cut off the tongue.
Which is fine, but there's no bloody rules for damaging the tongue. Well, it's going to be a cold shot, isn't it?
I treat it exactly the same as attacking a tentacle.
Yeah, cold shot, -2. Easiest way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously long, but it's not necessarily excessively big, if that makes sense. I'm applying the -2, but I'm applying the -2 from the difficulty that it's stuck to you, so it's a bit tricky to necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you've got a sticky tongue on you. The other boggard, I'm going to unshake. I'm going to spend a penny to unshake that one. Take advantage that your parry's down by 2 and roll a 2.
Well, I think I shall counter-attack it then.
My dice will suck the rest of the night because they were so good for that devilfish, weren't they? That's 2 misses.
You know what? I'm going to smite evil on it and see if it's evil.
It is an evil humanoid, yes. It's our trap sheet vanished.
That'll do.
Isn't legendary is 4 ranks, isn't it? But you've got 3 smite eagles left.
Yes.
I know you have unlimited smite evils against number 2 now because you've declared it on. Not that
yes.
But obviously he's
not that it matters
incapacitated.
because he's probably dead. But yeah, I've got 3 more for this encounter.
Yes, agreed. Yeah. Sassafras, you're up.
Well, I'm just gonna keep moving. Well, I realize that this is a dead end, so I'm gonna backtrack.
I'll accept your move in a second. I'm just adding in one missing line of sights. There we go. Down, and I'll accept your move. Yeah. Is Rooty going to wait for you?
Well, he's mad at work and he's jealous, so he's just, fluttering around and he's waiting for me to catch up.
Fair enough. Great club. Yes. Don't have improved. Justice, sir.
Alright. So, let's go. Well, we're going to have to get rid of this one behind me, I think. And that one there in front of me.
I really can't spell tongue. There we go.
Alright, that's going to need a Benny. And I'm going to have to do it that way for the frenzy.
Oh, that 10 just slid over at the last second.
Right. Well, let's do this. Do this way then.
You could have declared your spite evil, you know, and saved yourself a Betty there.
I could have done, but I would have had to do 2 smite evils because it's a frenzied attack.
Ah. There's only 4 of them left, so you don't.
Well, yeah. There's only 3 of them left.
4 wounds. I'm not going to try soaking 4 wounds. It's not worth it.
There's only 2 of them left, and I'm not going to bother with just chopping the tongue off. I'm just going to step towards the one that's got me, got his tongue wrapped around me, and stab him in the guts.
Evil dishonorable target, sneak attack, thus hate these guys. Damage affected by the amount of dice there. Ridiculous. But you are legendary characters after all.
Yeah. And I've not even cast my smite yet.
I can get rid of the sticky tongue. She's really upset with, very upset with you about that thunderstone, isn't she?
Definitely.
Ace of 8. How's that?
I was getting there, but I failed. I pressed the wrong button.
Don't worry about it. There's not much you could do when fight's miles away because someone wandered off. Doesn't seem to matter if their name's Gastus or Brannick. They just seem to bugger off on their own and get in trouble. Notice this.
Well, sometimes it's just because if you didn't, nothing would ever get done.
And Majenko can swim. Okay, the last bodyguard champion has croaked, so he can't actually do that. Well, I think desperate measures are required here. Missing out any other abilities they've got. This is where I'll find out they've got. Oh, they've got powerful blow, but that doesn't matter. They got bloody bob. Oh, really? Yeah, I definitely made that fight easier than it should have been. He's raging.
Ah.
They're barbarians, I forgot that.
Well, I'll give you for free. Yes, you didn't rage, therefore you made it easier for me. But if you had raged, I wouldn't have used Shadow Strike. I'd have used Improved Frenzy.
Well, he missed. You haven't counter-attacked this turn, have you?
Not yet this turn, no. But I might as well. Oh, is that a critical fail?
It's a critical fail! Oh dear. Well, you're underwater, you're not used to it. So obviously what happens there is you basically completely misjudge the fluidity and the density of the water, even though you've been using it for a while. Obviously, up to now you've been poking and jabbing. This was a turn and swing, and you completely upends you, and you find yourself spinning through the water, leaving yourself vulnerable.
Oh, that's a bugger, isn't it?
And you're upside down as well. Vorka!
Vorka has probably heard strange noises coming from the left here, so let's go ahead and slide forward.
Basically,
That's
you
fine.
found the way up.
Sure. Okay. And then we're going to come this way. And I can see a bad guy from here, so... You know what, I think I'm going to go ahead and my last...
Any sort of ranged attack will, of course, be dramatically appropriate to hit Gastus. Just...
Oh, absolutely. Especially since I'm going to be making fun of Gastus trying to fight this guy upside down.
Yeah. When he is tumbling, making it harder to aim at the target.
It's a style thing.
Uh-huh. Style.
Just because you have none.
Not that anyone uses ranged weapons other than magic, but I was going to say, obviously missile
Just
weapons
gave you a
underwater
card blocker in
treat
case you
everything
wish
as
to-
one range higher. Underwater as well.
I've used ranged weapons lots of times. I've got throwing darts and
Yeah, but
fire
no one's
and
used them
holy
underwater,
water.
is what I was saying. But anyway,
True.
if you use a thrown or crossbow or bow underwater, you count the range as one. You know, as one category higher.
One
Short
vampire.
re-
Yeah.
Because it's water again. Anyway, Vork, but that doesn't affect spells the same way because magic's magic. So what you doing, Mr. Vorka, sir?
Well, you said range stuff, and I thought I had a range thingy, but I'm not finding it now, so I am just going to throw a spell. Let us throw hearts. Oops.
Selective, I assume.
No, I'm just going to angle it so it doesn't hit him. Most of it's going to blow into the wall there behind him.
Remember, burst can be done as a stream template as well as a
Of
cone
course,
template.
you can do it as a stream template, can't you? Yeah, which is absolutely fine.
That's
I forget
true.
you can do
Forgot about
burst as a stream. Wow. Wow. Oh, I thought that was going to be another 6.
Right, thank you, Master Vorka. I did have it all under control, but a timely... Excuse me, you're upside down.
Reminds me of the start of Thor Ragnarok.
I shall unlock tokens so people can move freely. And you can all get back together. Virginia is looking very upset.
What's the matter, Argenia?
She can't. She looks at you. She can't. Doesn't know what you're saying. She can't hear you.
Yeah, Argenia is probably screaming at the top of her voice, I can't hear you! Argenia, keep it down!
Okay, now that was the room there with the large mosaic depicting a lynx on a dark background surrounded by floating globes of light. The mosaic.
Then I shall examine it.
Okay. Yeah, it's very nice to say. It's a large mosaic depicting a lynx on a dark background. Lynx on a dark background, surrounded by the floating globes of light.
Very bad.
Very nice. It's most exquisite, that mosaic.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
another room...
I'm not sure that card's going to help anybody for right now, so I'll just give it back to you.
If we find another room where there's a large mosaic depicting an Ubuntu, we'll know what kind of temple this is.
I like Ubuntu. I always use Debian. Actually, most of my virtual machines are running Dark Pi because that's just so it's Debian but easier to use, much lighter.
And also, it sounds like you can eat it.
Well, it was originally designed to be run on Raspberry Pis, but it's even lighter than Raspberry, and I just run it on my machines. Right, so when you get to here, that's very. How did you just examine the mosaic by sight, or did you feel compelled to touch it? Not a bad thing if you did.
Definitely.
The only reason I ask is because if you touch the mosaic, it is still slightly magical, and you gain 3 rerolls on persuasion checks for 1 hour, which could be the most strangest power to get down here. But anyway, for the next hour, you get 3 rerolls on persuasion checks.
Sure, that's a little useless, but
Hey, it's there.
Could you persuade Gastinius to not talk for an hour?
hell no.
Not enough power in the world for that, is there, Leah?
No power in the verse
I
can
wouldn't have
silence
him
me.
Okay,
I
so
wouldn't have him
let's give you
any
the.
other-
Yeah. The walls and ceiling of this silk-covered chamber are crossed by hairline cracks. An archway in the southwest ceiling opens into a steeply angled shaft that leads upwards. I don't think any of you. Hang on, 10 inches. 10 inches is 5 yards. That's 30 feet, isn't it? So none of you can actually see. Basically the shaft that leads upwards is longer than anyone's dark vision can see.
Mm.
It's at least 30 feet.
10 inches is 20 yards, but yes.
10 inches, 20 yards. Oh, that would be 120 feet, wouldn't it? No, 60 feet. We're doing it the wrong way around.
Where is Thaddeus? He's got that thing that
Times
can
6
tell us where
is
the
12.
crown is.
120 feet. Then ignore me. It's only a 40-foot shaft, so you can see the top up above it. Silly me. Okay. Stupid
Yeah,
imperial
Walker's going to
nations.
go up the shaft.
Well, everyone is, to be honest, because that's the next level of the dungeon.
Mm.
The Sunken Queen's second level. That's the GM map. Sunken Queen's second level. There we go. Zoom in a bit. And just add one. In there. Might be in the wall, so let's be wall. Once again, the poor players get the shaft. Oh, very good. Okay. So, you are now on. You after swimming up 40 feet, you find yourself in a room with no real description apart from the fact that there's no description for this room other than telling the GM it's the shaft. Yeah, it leads back down. So you can see the water, basically due to the tilt. If you remember the
Yeah, it's all on an angle, isn't it?
yes. So you can see that basically that's upwards. So that actually ends up being outside the water. However, there is obviously another passageway that way that's still submerged. Which way looks like the cat lady wants to get out of the water, which means
I don't like being wet.
Indeed. Now you see, he gets confused. He gets complicated.
Rudy doesn't like this underwater stuff because it makes his beautiful little butterfly wings damp and weedy.
I'll check the down the
In
slope
fact,
stuff.
that's the edge of the water there. In fact, I think that might be a raised area. So let's put it back there, and I'll read the description. Yes, it was. So you can't get up onto the wooden bit. That was my mistake because I was in thingy mode. See the different colours. A horizontal wooden platform has been built into the northwest portion of this chamber. On the platform are a large barrel and a heavy wooden chest. Several big fillets of smoked spiced fish hang from a row of pegs along the wooden platform's edge. The wall. This is for Gastus. The walls of this flooded chamber are thick with reddish algae. Dozens of light yellow tadpoles, the size of human hands, swim in all directions throughout the room.
I think I found the boggart nursery.
It should be pointed out the water in the level in this room is 35 feet deep at this end, where where it's deepest. And but that still leaves 15 feet of air above because the room's 50 feet high, so you can actually swim to the surface of this room if you want to.
Okay, I might consider that in a moment.
Your environmental protection's still got quite a bit of time to go.
Yeah.
So anyway, yes. So basically, Leia basically comes out of the water and finds a room full of dried fish, smoked fish by the look of things.
Knew there was something fishy.
Fish
about
fillets,
this
in
one.
fact. You can make a common knowledge roll, being a folk. No, you're not sure what the type of fish it is, so but, you still get the impression it's probably quite delicious. The fish.
Majenka will heal me while I sniff the fish.
Okie dokie.
Gastus will continue to be impetuous and irresponsible.
Continue swimming underwater.
Yes.
Walker and Attila appear to be hanging around under the water with Majenka. Hey, you can see a corridor heading to the south.
Let's keep on. Oh, looks like there's a thing there. I wonder what that thing is.
Again for Gastus, the east corner is fitted with a wooden platform that seems to float on the water's surface. A few barrels sit on the platform. The water level in this room is the same, 35 feet deep.
So they're barrels of water under the water.
Oh, they're above the water, I imagine.
They're above the water.
Because they're floating on the water. So they're probably floating, but you had to swim up to see them.
Okay, let's see what's in that little cubbyhole there then.
Before you get to do that, I'm going
Actually, I'm guessing this is probably a square room.
for Leia and Marginia by the look of things. It's meant to be Majenko.
Oops, wrong.
The northwestern portion of this sloping flagstone floor of this chamber has been fitted with a crude horizontal wooden platform. On the platform are 9 filthy straw mats, leather bags, and fishing rods. That's not all that's on that platform. Okie dokie, so first things first. Take 4. Know what's happening. All very angry.
That's a cross. Bring reinforcements.
Are we? I can get. Is he applying it to Sass? Right, there we go. 3 information. And see what happens. Oh dear, they're going first. snap to grids on. Ugh, how horrible. There we go. This one jumps off. This one jumps off the platform, lands on the ground, and basically tries to hit you with his sticky tongue layer, which unfortunately is successful. Sticky tongue on your fur is going to be very uncomfortable.
I think it's going to be worse for the boggart.
Yeah.
Bolts on his mouth. Oh, he's going to have hairs in his mouth.
Sticky tongue number 1. So I think that's boggart number 1 that's got a sticky tongue on you there. So you cannot move more than 2 inches away from that boggart. You can move round him, but you can't move more than 2 inches away from him. Stop you moving closer, of course. Ooh. They are barbarians. They have to hold it. Raging. If you're on the grey bit, that's the grey bit, that's the blue bit. If you're on the grey bit, don't forget you can run. Not on the grey bit, yeah, can't. If you're underneath. It seems to be bachelor night, doesn't it? Sorry about that. So, 1 wound.
What's wrong with my bloody dice?
New dice, new dice.
Right, excuse me a moment, I'm just resetting my dice.
Blow on them and roll at 2070. Yeah, just exactly. Reset the random number. Look at all those 2s and 1s. There was a lot of 2s and 1s in that lot.
Hopefully, they've got it out of their system. It really was, wasn't there? Jesus. Right, I will now spend a little penny on, not on the thingies. Let's see, no, that worked.
Well, yeah, it does move the random number counter on by however many, by 36 dice. So that's a good move. Yep, you completely soak all that damage.
Good.
I see I'm going to be using this one a lot. So I might just add it down here. And then if I do Shift F5, look, it did. Oh, that's useful. I'm going to remember I can do that in future. Ooh. I'm not a crit fail, I'm afraid. And that gets us to Gastus, who swims 8 inches to there.
And that's pretty much it. Our junior will.
You can see more of those nasty boggart creatures, I think. Maybe.
Well, I really hate them, but I can't get there any closer than that.
Isn't it just for that one encounter?
It is, yeah. I still don't like them.
Yeah, it doesn't mean he likes them now. Just
Actually, you can't see them because the illumination doesn't go past there, so you're okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's start with nice.
I had to use quite a lot of bennies there if someone wants to be nice. And say the magic phrase. Hint, hint, hint. See, I could do it, but I like to make you guys look nice and me look mean by you giving the bennies up. Daniel says, "Let the bennies flow."
Thank you.
Yes, very thank you. I'm very much needing you today, Tango.
It'd be a shame when you had played Deadlands, isn't it?
Yeah, we're screwed for Deadlands.
Yeah, but to be honest, you
You know
probably
what?
want less bennies in Deadlands because every time you spend a benny, I get it.
I'm using that Benny as power points. So,
Very sensible.
as I would have to spend 5 power points and be charged with a Benny, I've just thrown the Benny away to count for the power points.
Not sensible.
Okay. Right. So,
Says the 2 other viewers, they say the same thing. The players will get 2 more sets of bennies.
I'm going to put this on 2 actions. I'm going to be attacking 2 of these guys. The one that's got his tongue stuck to me first, and the one that tried to hit me with the club second.
The one that's got
But
his tongue stuck to you is out of your reach.
His tongue isn't.
Oh, the tongue isn't. So yeah. Point taken. So what you need to do.
What I want to do is, I want to grab him by the tongue, haul him in, and then hit the other one with him. That's the idea, anyway.
Okie dokie. Well, technically speaking, I was going to say that would not use your frenzy up. I'd say that's a multi-action. So because it'd be a
Put 2 actions
post-athletic.
on.
Yeah, it'll be athletics to grab the tongue, and you know what I mean. A post-athletics to pull him in. I'm going to say, but then you still got your 2 attacks afterwards. But but it is a multi-action penalty. I would say.
Okay. You know what? I think this deserves being cool enough for a conviction, so let's give it a go.
Possibly, but I think it's easy just to admit them. Okay, are you happy with a 5?
Oh no. I was just deciding that. I'm much happier with that.
I mean, the 5 was probably good enough, but that 15 is very good. Yeah, the 5 would have been good enough, but that's a success with a raise. So, should have done was put that on there. Oh, that traces a hit, doesn't it? Do you want to make him? Obviously, you've grabbed him by the tongue, and you get to roll on the creative combat table. But do you want to make him distracted or vulnerable because you grabbed him by the tongue?
Vulnerable, please.
Okay, he's vulnerable. You can roll on the creative combat table, which I can put up by that and share it. So there you go.
Okay, that will make life easier.
You shake him.
He goes cluck.
Okay, so you yank him
I believe that's the
closer.
traditional noise.
Exactly.
Yep, I yank him closer, and then using the tongue to wield him by, I'm going to swing him around my head like a bolus and whack the other one with him. I'm honestly not sure if it's the one below me or the one in front of me.
Well, it's up to you which one.
The club.
That one hit you with the club. I love that. I do adore the imagery as you yank him closer. But technically speaking, using a bodyguard would count as an improvised weapon. Might be better off just clawing them when you've got them. But I love the visual imagery.
Well, you've got your frenzy on. Narratively, you can attack the one that you're wielding and the other one, and just to attack them both.
Yeah, exactly. I completely get what you're saying, narratively speaking, but use your
It's
claws
just a
so it does. Yeah, exactly. I'm just pointing out from a narrative
use my
/
claws
rules
on-
perspective. Just use your claws. So you want to target.
Do I need-
You're going to target.
I need to click the extra dice for this, don't I?
You've got them both targeted, so you right-click, get the extra die, and drop it in the.
Yeah, that's
count
exactly it. Yeah, rather than double click.
You've got to hit them first, not damage.
Point well made. Let me try that again.
Okay, so you hit one with a raise and you hit the other one, which is absolutely fine. So roll the damage. Oh, it says the undead actually, but that's by the by. No undead anymore.
Okay, this is +2 damage versus undead to remind me to put +2 damage on.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I misread it. Absolutely fine. Okay, so the one you've already shaken's unharmed, but that's okay. He's already shaken. I mean, you can come back to it in a second. Roll the second one and see what happens there. And then you can just all the ones and twos are back. But that doesn't matter. Must have been a 10. I misread it. Okay. Do you want to re-roll the damage on the one that you did no damage on and is already shaken? Or are you happy just to leave him shaken? There we go. So you take them both out. Brilliant. Very good it did. I love that. Swing, swing, smack, and they both go down. Okie
No
dokie.
tongues without consent.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me I need to turn off sticky. Yeah. Okay. Is Bajanko up to anything? Okie dokie. Brings us to Vorka and Attila the Flawless.
Dooby-dooby-doo.
I forgot to update the portrait to the new look.
I bet Vorka calls her Attila the Fun.
That's actually worth a penny. For everyone.
Oh wait, there's still one right there close by, isn't there? I may not have to run. Let go. Thank you. I don't think I have to run. Let's turn that off.
Yeah, you don't have to run, it would appear.
Dooby-dooby-doo. Oh, come on. Well, they are extras, though. That might drop you.
I'm going to be evil and spend a penny. It cost me a penny. You parry, right? Basically, you slash at him. It's quite an impressive attack. It should have dropped him, but he seems to be so busy raging and foaming at the mouth, he doesn't realise you've technically incapacitated him. That's the narrative I'm using for the soaking of the wound.
And then Attila is going to come up to there. And we're going to... She really doesn't have any ranged anything, does she? Okay, so she's going to test. She can't see them. Okay, fine. She'll test this one. Do-do-do. She does not have intimidate. Really? She's got science, but not intimidate. Okay.
I didn't make their stats.
No, that's fine. What are we going to do? We are going
Well, she can use science to play a test on it. Maybe she can work out. She can work out that if she grabs some components, mixes them together, and lobs them. You know what I mean? You can come up. You can come up with something. I'm sure.
No, what she's going to do is she's going to use her spell casting.
Okay.
And instead of creating an entire barrier of wall of stone, she's going to just create some pebbles to fall on his head.
Like it.
To no effect.
To no effect. I mean, it's
They
very.
were too
It's a
small
can, yeah,
pebbles.
obviously, yeah. Of course, you were using a cantrip, weren't you?
Yeah.
of course you can do. Right, Attila's,
We're on dry land now, right? Or damp land.
you are on dry land. That is correct. So, and
Few steps forward and go ahead and move me so I can see. And I can see the one that they're fighting with. And I don't know.
accept your move.
Okay, I dropped it on it, but it didn't. Okay, yep, raised it.
Oh, I'll change that to
I'll Benny that. I've got so many bennies.
I had to kit bash Attila just to get the butler on our own.
Mm.
That's better.
Okay, that's one less.
And Rudy's just gonna keep up with me.
No problem at all. Move, but he didn't. There we go. Okay, Boggart champion is going to hop over to there. Actually, no, he's got more movement. He's gonna hop down to there. Obviously, oh, there it is. Oh, no, he isn't going to rage because he's going to croak. Okay, so that's going to be Walker, player, Sassafras, Attila. I didn't have the ability to do that. Yeah. Right. So, yeah. Check rather. It would be. What is it? It is spirit. Spirit. So, here. Oh, because it's no die type, it does. Oh, yeah, you just click on it. Okay, that's brilliant. So, you should all. Okay, so that that's out a terrifying croak, and you all have to make spirit checks. I can roll. I'll be nice and roll for. I can roll for NPCs in case you guys can't.
Attila failed, but it wasn't a crit fail.
No.
That probably would have scared us more if we hadn't already killed these things.
I rolled a 6, so that's successful. Defender fails, so on a failure of a terrifying croak, you are shaken and distracted and vulnerable. Okay. So Jenko is shaken, distracted, and vulnerable. Walker did a 4. Okay. Attila failed, so he's shaken, distracted, vulnerable. Sassafras. go. There we go. Good.
Said that probably would have shook us more if we hadn't already killed some of these things.
Quite possibly, yeah. Very much so. Bolt attack. No. Didn't do anything. It's annoying. It worked once and then it didn't work again. Bolt attack. Leaping down from on high. Giant, its great club swinging downwards onto layers up the torso. I don't think I've hit you for less than 3 wounds today, have I?
No, I think you're trying to kill me.
I'm not. I think the dice are. You seem to be, unfortunately, the one that seems to be on your own when the attacks happen. Apart from this. Oh!
You're right. It's the dice.
It's the dice really have been unpleasant today. The dice just do not like you for some reason today. No idea why. Getting some really loud pennies for Leia. says.
Thanks for feeling sorry
There you
for
go.
me. It's appreciated.
Looks like Gastus is going first.
Mm. Hang on. We'll go. No, I can't go quite that far. Right.
Well, it depends actually. You could swim your pace and then you can run, can't you, once you're out the water, technically.
True.
So you're out of the water at that point, so yes, you can run if you want to.
I may well do, but I'll need to see once I'm out. So why not? I might as well. No, actually, I'm not going to, because Gastus is going to come striding out of the water looking like Mr. Darcy in Pride and Prejudice, because, of course, his leather armour has got a glamour on it, so it does just look like a shirt that's wet through to the skin. And he will drop his rapier and his mangosh, draw 2 darts and throw 1 at each of the boggarts.
Okay, there you go. I'll be nice and target them for you.
Thank you. But before he does that, he is going to cast Smite on them. In fact, he can cast Smite on all of his darts at the same time.
Thank God my eyes can't unsee that Benny throw.
Smite. There we go.
It was Colin Firth, wasn't it? The Mr. Darcy.
It was Colin Firth, yes.
Mr. Darcy out the water in a wet shirt.
And because we want to make sure this works, and we're in the last book, and this has got to happen and look cool, I'm going to put conviction on it.
It will be dramatically appropriate for the dart to hit Leia for the rule you are warned.
It would. Now, since you've targeted them both, I will just do this as a frenzied attack, even though it is actually one with each hand. But
yeah. Well, go on, no, let's do it properly. There you go. There you go.
Okay, so 1 on that one.
Because obviously it wouldn't be dramatically appropriate to hit Leia if you crit fell on this one.
It would, but I am going to also add in the shadow strike because I can.
Best nod from the book scene ever. Okay, that's a hit with a raise. Now this is the one where if you crit fail, you will hit Leia, I'm afraid to say.
Yeah, but I won't.
You have to say it, don't you?
Oh yes,
See, I didn't.
Don't
No, I'm not supposed to have any on that.
And as those two drop, Gastus will say, "I say, having fun without me?"
Forker will grab Leah's arm and say, "No, don't smack him. Don't smack him."
Ooh, well and good. He's unshaken. Shaken, distracted. Goes. Normal, the frenzy goes. It is still deaf. Goes, armor piercing goes.
Gento will give.
Okay, well, tokens are unlocked, so everyone can fuss together if you want to, and you can patch up.
Our junior will help Majenko heal you.
Okay, so that's 2 wounds healed, 1 from Majenko and 1 from our junior. And then obviously
Somebody's storing water over there. I'm guessing it's fresh water rather than
Stagnant swamp.
Yes. Not terribly keen on them myself. Gastus will gather his weapons back up before he strides
Okay,
off.
Gastus, as you get to here, what you notice as you look down this corridor at the far end is, I know the map shows it as it clear, but it isn't. What you realise is that sort of going across, just there, are mangrove shrubs. It's a appears to be. Actually, that's really great. It's an illusory rule, but heavily concealed. So basically, you can see it from this side, but from the outside, you realise it was an illusionary wall covered up with mangrove shrubs to hide this entrance. The edges appear to be quite jagged. In fact, this whole corridor, I know it draws it as very smooth. It appears to be, actually, it's probably curved and quite smooth. If anyone wants to make an occult check, they can do so.
Sure, why not? I haven't the faintest idea.
But Vorka does. It looks like this whole corridor here was literally disintegrated out of the, to create an entrance. Basically, as far as you can tell, someone stood out here and just cast disintegrate until they got to where you are now, and then basically cast an illusionary wall you can see from inside. So there you go.
Hey, sweetheart, it looks like somebody used one of your spells right here.
It's meant to be a bodyguard champion there, but I'm not worry about that. You fought enough bodyguard champions, and you can see the edge of the water there.
I shall follow Vorka in.
Hey, okay, when you get to there, a soft purplish light illuminates the northeastern part of this flooded chamber, where there is a large square shaft opens in the ceiling. It should be pointed out that, as you can see up the shaft, the water only goes up 35 feet. After that, it's basically dry, and but the walls of the shaft are very smooth.
How are we going to get up here then?
Well, you can climb it once you get out the water. But
if I swim up and get onto that platform, can I get up anything from there, or is that just the top of the room?
That platform is just floating on the water.
Okay. Well, I guess we're going to have to climb then, aren't we?
Shaft leads up 35. Walls of the shaft are very smooth.
I bump up there and drop a rope for them.
Yes, you most certainly could. How much rope you got?
Let me have a look. Plus, I can always ask somebody to pass me rope while I'm still.
As long as you've got more than 5 inches of rope, as long as you've got more than 5 inches of rope, you'll be fine. Well, you know what I mean.
Yes. Yes, I do. It was just
Game
me using
inches, not
visual.
not real width. Yeah, I know.
Well, I've got 10 inches of silk rope in my haversack.
There we go. Okay,
Right,
so
well, if I take his rope,
yeah,
I'll bamf up there and secure it on Rodney and lower it down.
Rodney will be most happy to do that for you.
Rodney is very nice.
Okay. Okay, so you're
So I'll let you
basically
put me
going to...
where I bamfed to.
Well, I mean, I suppose technically speaking, it's rather interesting. You're going to... I suppose you can choose to bamf yourself to way over the edge of the ledge, I suppose, like that.
Yeah.
Assume.
That's exactly what I intended.
Yeah, I think that's the logical thing to do, isn't it? This
Yes.
floor... You adjust this floor. I'm going to do this floor. For lighting. This level's inhabited. Okay. So you bamf up there, which is well and good. Illumination going. Okay. The air in this large room is warm and pleasant. The floor, walls, and ceiling are tiled with polished rose-coloured marbles climbing from the floor to the ceiling above and weaving in and out of the walls are dozens of thin crystal tubes. One shaft drops away to the floor in the northeast, while a second shaft rises up through the ceiling to the southwest and northeast. This is obviously at a funny angle and tilted. If that is northeast and that's southwest, then north is obviously that way, isn't it? But
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's another. I don't think I made a single working encounter on this map. Terrible. I suspect it's something went wrong with the code, not the encounters. I bet you if I check the module pointing at NPC. Okay, I'm just going to say right. I think players have seen these before, but not the characters. Okay.
They're more gribblies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a leng spider, isn't it?
That's
Thinks that
yes.
Scarlet Walker, not a Leng spider, because the Leng spiders were spiders, but with legs numbering between 7 to
Yeah.
11, wasn't it? Okay. Unfortunately, because of all the alarms and the sounds going off, it knows what's happening, and it's been alert. So I'm going to say you bamf up. I'm going to do it. The fairest way to do that would be treating it as like an attempt to interrupt you. So please make an athletics check. So I can change it if you want to roll it, because it's on the combat. Oh, I can't spell athletics. Athletic.
That's definitely not athletic. You want me to roll it off that then?
It's easy because it gets rid of it that way as well. Okay, so you're going to you most certainly get
Ready.
get to react before it does what it's about to do to you. So what do you want to do? You can always bounce back
Secure
down,
Rodney
or
in the rope so other people can. No,
Okay.
I want to secure Rodney in the rope so other people can get to me and call down. Hurry up!
okay. Then obviously you doing that as your action, which is fine. It then hits you with a stun, which means you need to make a vigor check at -2 because it got the raise, I'm afraid. Which these powers didn't have the link, so you have to do it manually. So I'm afraid you're stunned unless you want to Benny it.
From being stunned, does she fall onto the floor or does she fall down the shaft?
Well, I love the evilness for that idea, so we'll wait and see. I'll roll a d12 and see which way she falls.
I'll take the stun, and I'm wearing a ring of featherfall, which is automatically active, so
It's not.
thankfully it's okay.
Oh, is it?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. They automatically act, don't they, when you're within 6 inches of the ground? You're quite correct. I apologise.
And also, I'm always lands on my feet kind of gal anyway.
Well, you're fortunately lucky because you fall at 3 o'clock, which means you don't topple backwards. You just land stunned on the floor.
I don't know. Falling off may be the better choice because then that Crimson Crawler isn't up there.
That is very true. Okay, 35 feet. Divide the 35 feet. That's 5.8 inches. So if you've got a pace, of more than 6 inches or more on your turn, you can successfully you'll climb up. Otherwise, you'll be sort of still climbing on your action card. Can't technically run when climbing. Still in the cards. See what happens. It looks like, unfortunately, Jenko's not going first. Now, stun, it did just cast stun, as stun costs 2 power points. Okay. What now? I know what it's going to do. Walker, you're up, sir. With your pace of
Borka's
8,
got 8 inches of speed, so he's going to climb up there.
just an athletics check.
I did that roll a 4. I didn't grab common knowledge. It doesn't matter.
If you have
That was on the wild die, so it doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. I completely agree. Okay, so do you want to appear there, or there?
I didn't see any of those options.
Did I not share the map? Try that again. There, or there.
Oh, you shared the map, and I can see it. Oh, there we go. There's the pings.
Yeah.
Man, my system's
Right,
acting
middle
slow. Let me climb up and end up. Let's put me to the right of Leia.
The right of Leia. Absolutely no problem at all. Here to the right of Leia as you clamber up. What I will do is I'll put the rest of the party on the same map. Obviously, anything that can fly and stuff. Able to just fly up. Obviously, teleporting up can be done. It's just if you want to physically climb up, you need to 6 inches at the moment. Gastus. Genia. And from Vorka, we need to six. Everyone? Have I missed anyone? Okay, all good. Okay, you get up. Leia is lying prone and stunned on the floor, possibly blinking, but that's about it. She did shout down something about hurrying up. This room appears completely empty.
Okay. In that case, Vorka is going to start by casting. Let me see, what's the range on that? Smarts. How smart am I? I am 6 inches smart. And you said that's basically what the distance is down the shaft, correct?
It is, yep.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to cast lots of Detect Arcana.
I thought you might.
Yeah. Let me see. It's starts with 2.
I'm going to be back in a
5,
second.
6, 7, 8, 9. 9 for the base casting. Oh, can I just do? Oh, that's conceal only. 9 for the base casting. Yeah. Oh, bonusy stuff I can do with it. Okay, so let us detect Arcana. Hello, come on, dice. There we go. And then I click this button. I click this button.
Ugh.
And
It's
then
got
I
slow today,
play this card.
Okay. I'm just waiting for the combat tracker to
Catch up,
come back to yeah. There we go. Right, so visible. Detect Arcana gates up to 4 points of invisibility, doesn't it?
Correct.
Okay, so you can now see it, and you don't need to do any modifications, but it's still got 2 points of invisibility against you because it was able to cast major invisibility, as it were. It got the raise, so you can see it, but it's not completely solid. It's slightly opaque and it shimmers from time to time, which means sometimes you're just wrong.
Okay.
But you can see it for your second action.
I will step forward. I will scream at it in anger. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-doop. I will cast an additional. Wait, first I need to get some power points back. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. And now I will cast. Oh, I have the wrong one. Dang it. Bummer.
You have the wrong one. What?
Oh, with the Advanced Player's Guide 2 having come out, they have updated the protection power to allow a protect others. And so I was going to cast protection on
that's okay.
myself
That's okay.
with the protect others, but I don't have. I have deflection, not protection.
Oh, fair enough. Understood.
So I have the wrong one.
Yeah. You should be able to load the Advanced Player's Guide 2 module, by the way, guys. Have I mentioned that fact?
I've got it loaded.
Yeah. Although I need, if that's the case,
so we're just
if that's the case, I need to check that because I must have missed that, and I'll need to update the powers. Because basically, what I do is, even if it's in the Advanced Player's Guide, I just update the core rules with the new updated version of the powers. It's easier. Otherwise, you end up with multiple versions.
Actually, that's how it's updated on the PDF too. Yeah. It's not actually in the player's guide. It's actually an update to the PDF for the core book.
Yeah, so that's how I'll update it. It would be nice if they actually listed the changes, but if you find any other changes, let me know because I need to
update. Let us Benny that. I don't want to miss. That's a not miss.
It reminds that for some reason, because it's -2, even though it's got nothing to do with it, it just reminded me. I'm showing my age here. The first edition AD&D monster manual had a picture of a displacer beast and it had it shown as like a black large cat with with the tentacles
Tentacles,
coming
yeah.
out with the barbs on the end. But it only had 4 legs, and the description said it's it's a 6-legged creature. And I remember in Dragon magazine in something, one of the letters or something, someone made the joke. It does actually have 6 legs, but it's always displaced by 2 feet.
Ba-dum-tsh.
That's
And I
okay. I still prefer the image for the invisible stalker.
Yes. I like that. Yeah, it's very true. Right. But for some reason, so I was thinking about there's a -2 penalty. I'd forgotten about that. It suddenly just jumped into my head, the displacement. I've forgotten that for years.
Okay, I'll smack him, but I won't do much damage. Oh wait,
Yeah,
I forgot because of my rage. I forgot my wild attack.
It gives you +2
to hit, which would have made it a raise.
So roll your
and then
raise damage.
+4 to damage.
Which makes it 21, which would have shaken it.
So 18, 19, 20, 21, and then +4 because of the wild attack. So
You get +4 on wild attacks, do you?
Because I took the bonus. Yeah, rangers do extra damage.
No. I'm just saying it's really cool that you got that. I know it exists.
Oh, yeah.
I know it exists. You do know when someone hits it for 5 wounds. Now I won't roll that 22 that I needed there.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. No. Okay, so that's me.
Oh, I have to admit, when 2nd edition came out, I bought all the books quite quickly. The irony was 2nd edition
is not as helpful as it could.
They advertised having less books by the end of 2nd edition. I don't know. The player's companions, it's more clever.
So she's going to start climbing the rope.
Yes, it's Rodney's holding onto the rope, so you'll be okay. It won't move. So that's just an athletics check. Got a pace of 5, so she'll end up. Mind you, technically, well, it's interesting. If she climbs up the rope, then other people technically can't get past her. She'll only get to -1.
Okay, what she'll do then is she'll brace the rope at the bottom to make it easier for everybody else.
To be honest, what we'll say is obviously if everyone else climbs up the rope this turn, she'll climb up. So she's still climbing up after everyone else. That's why she doesn't make it to the top, because she's, as you say, bracing it for everyone
She went
else.
last.
Yeah, exactly. Or she just stays at the bottom.
Yeah, like I said, she stays at the bottom and braces for everybody else.
Yeah, seems sensible. Leia, you are remaining stunned at the moment. Orca seems to be.
That means I can do nothing.
I'm afraid so. You're stunned and lying on the floor, drooling slightly. You can, of course, spend a penny and make another
will
bigger
just fly
attempt.
up. It's all right. Majenko will fly up and join us.
It's okay. Majenko flies up and joins you there. In fact, actually, we'll go the whole hog, and Majenko flies up the extra 2 inches and hovers around you, worrying about you. That's the thrusts.
My action would take climbing that rope would take the full turn.
Well, no, because as you remember in Savage Worlds, moving's a free action. It's just you'll be moving vertically. So an athletics check and your pace of 7 means you can get to the top of the rope as a free action because it's just your movement, and you can still act when you get to the top. But if you fail your athletics check, of course, you don't get to the top of the rope. So position yourself anywhere you like outside the shaded area.
And when I get to the top, now I can't see. Gorka can see that, but I can't.
No, you got to take the you can see it
on everybody.
It's not completely solid. It shimmers and moves ever so slightly, but you can see it, you can target it, and you can attack it. Preferred 2nd edition to 1st edition. I know it was a very subtle difference, but it was something about 2nd edition. I know it was
Take it if I can't pick up the dice. And for whatever reason...
Actually, 2nd edition added Thaco, didn't it? 1st edition didn't actually have Thaco. It had to hit tables.
It targeted Borka. No, that's not supposed to hit Borka.
That's okay.
My dice make it really wonky there. Just put the 11.
It's oh, that 9. It was a ranged attack, therefore you only need a 4. Let's hit with a raise. Unless it's got arcane resistance, which case it won't be a hit with a raise. Let's just check that. It does have arcane resistance. That takes it down to a 7. So it's a hit, not a raise. Sorry. Oh, improved arcane resistance. Takes it down to a 5. I need to change that.
Still a hit, right?
It's still a hit. It's just basically it's.
No, because you messed me all up there. I'm gonna Benny this until I actually do some damage.
You're going to need to roll 24 damage to shake it, I'm afraid.
I know. You see how many bennies I got?
Yeah, I know. I'm just letting you know.
You know me. I'm perfectly happy burning bennies. It's a benny economy. Spend them if you got them.
Exactly.
One more try.
Actually, I'll have to check. Last time I looked, I couldn't upload Players Guide, Advanced
Not
Players
to
Guide
be
2,
today.
but I might be able to now, so it might be able to release soon. Hey.
And Rudy's just gonna fly up and perch on my shoulder, trying to figure out what's going on.
Yep, no problem at all. Rudy's got a flight pace 12, haven't he? Didn't get up enough.
Yeah, but he's that shimmery thing. He's not sure what's going on, so he's not gonna play around.
Okay. Oh, snap the grids on. I knew something was wrong. Right, the positioning was freaky there. Okay, that gets us to Gastus.
Right. Well, Gastus is going to have to climb his way up.
Okay. With an
But I
athletics
think
check, you can position yourself anywhere just outside the shaded area.
Right here.
But
Well,
still
with my
have 2
boots of
paces
leaping,
of movement.
as I say, with my boots of leaping and springing and such like, I should be able to manage that quite easily.
You do. So basically, you obviously position yourself just outside the shaded area, and you still have 2 inches of pace left afterwards.
Yeah.
Just pop yourself wherever you want to be.
Well, I think I am just going to launch myself up the top and flip myself straight into combat with this thing.
Okie dokie. It's there, but it keeps moving distractingly.
Well, how very dare it? I think I will have to wild attack it then. So I shall flip through the air. How big is this thing? It looks pretty big, doesn't it?
It does. It looks well, it's size 1. Size 6 large.
Right,
Could
so
be
we'll take
size 2.
giant. We'll take giant killer and frenzy for my martial flexibility.
Okay. Just need to finish sorting something out.
And I will power up my dimensional blades.
Technically, that only affects one of them, doesn't it?
I can put it on both.
Okay, fair enough. What was the other? Oh, you wanted giant killer, didn't you?
Yeah.
There we go.
Right, so that's 2 hits with raises, and I've got giant killer on there. So we will go with. I'll just use the sneak attack one because it is the one extra. He's not vulnerable, is he? No. So that's that. And that. And then I'll whack him with my other blade. And that missed, so I will use Smite Evil. Because I'm pretty certain this thing is evil.
Okay, so takes a wound.
Right, so he needs a vigor check, or he needs a vigor check, or he dies.
Takes a wound, soaks a wound, so he's no longer shaken, and then is shaken.
Well, when he took the wound before, he needs a vigor check, or he dies. And then when that shaken caused a wound, he needs a vigor check, or he dies. Okay.
Actually, yeah. For some reason, the vigors ended up on you, not it, which is strange.
Hmm.
Okay, and Genie flying up towards to you.
Yes, please.
There we go. And obviously, then Attila starts to climb up, but obviously can't get a good grip on the silk rope, and obviously has to stay down below. And the new round begins. Joker.
Don't think so.
No, it's got a symbol, isn't it? I'm going to have to work out why this broke and get it fixed for next week. Okay, so I'm going first. I'm not shaken anymore, so that targets Vorka. Basically, it targets everyone. Their targets. Let's try that again. Oh, hang on. If I just go target enemy unit, then untarget Tiller, that does the same thing. Hooray! And this should basically require basically it just hits you you all start thin streams of blood all start pouring out your eyes. You need to make a vigor check or be energy drained.
Ooh.
Yeah, from the eyes flowing through the air into the. Oh yeah, so the thin streams of blood pour from your eyes, flowing through the air and into the eye socket-like pits of the Scarlet Walker's face. That's tasteful, isn't it?
Mm.
It's barely a cut.
So I think it looks like everyone made it. Okay, so Jenko. Ooh, dear, Jenko's in a bad way. Gastus made it. Benny's in a second.
I will spend a Benny for Argenia. If Argenia's, or did you? No, you didn't roll for it. You said Janko. Let's see how Argenia does. Argenia's okay.
Vorka spend one of Thea's bennies. I suck today.
I apologise, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't realise that
Okay. So unfortunately, Majenko is the only person, I'm afraid, who gets energy drained as blood pours. The rest of you, the blood stops quite quickly, but quite a large amount of blood pours out of Majenko into the eye sockets of the Scarlet Walker. Energy drain, vigor. So that energy drain, vigor. So that means it's vigor minus 1d. Minus 1. Checking Majenko's stats. Majenko has a d10 vigor, so Majenko is energy drained, but is not in any way, shape. A lot of trouble there. Okay, so then what happens, Cast? It does that. That's basically a limited free action. Then Cast already done that. So now I suppose it makes sense. It's got love it. It's got much more interesting powers than that, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something else instead. Right. That'll be. I think that's a very good casting of burst. Cost me 2, 4, 6. 7 power points. Combat definitely on a bit of slow mo today. Okay. Hi to everyone. Then I'll edge. There takes a wound. Orca is unharmed. Sassafras is obviously dead center of the burst and is literally rendered by it. The dark energy that the scarlet red energy that just pours out just seems to seep all through. I don't know why it did you again, Leia, there, so you're okay. That should have been 10 points on Ruti. Yes, I can spend power points to refill the monsters. So I can spend bennies to recharge the monsters' power points. It doesn't. It might work if I do it on the combat. Try that in a second. Leia is okay because so you did not take the 10 damage. Orca was unharmed. Sassafras soaks 2 of the 3 wounds. Ruti take 10 points of damage. Is incapacitated. You spend bennies on familiars to soak damage for them.
Yes, a wizard can spend a benny on their familiar. And if the familiar dies, this has bad things happen to the wizard.
Okay, that's soaked. That's all well and good. Okay, I just want to check something. Yeah, so that's wrong. Rooty is wrong. 10 points of damage should not be incapacitating Rooty. Rooty's a familiar. It's
Rooty
basically
took
when you fresh out.
Rooty took 17 damage.
No, 10.
It's showing 17 on the combat tracker. Or is that on? Oh no, yeah. Yeah, 10 damage shouldn't incapacitate Rooty, because
No.
Rooty should have 3 wounds.
Rooty is a familiar, should have rune threshold of 3 because it's a familiar. So let's just create an effect. Yeah. She's there, and rune threshold equals 3. So I don't know what's going on there. It's there. I'll have to check what I've done wrong. That's okay. It's soaked anyway, but it was just I just suddenly thought that should be incapacitating rune. Sure, root familiars have 3. They do. So let's now test the other thing because I'm quite intrigued. If I drag a Benny here and drop it there you go. It does work. However, I'm not actually spending that Benny. That was me just testing it. So I'm just going to give myself the Benny back. So there you go.
And
Yeah.
Ithia just made a ranged attack while in melee, so has become vulnerable.
It's a spell.
Doesn't
not a
matter.
ranged attack.
Casting a spell or using a ranged attack while in melee range makes you vulnerable. Unless you're
ranged
like
attacks.
using a touch spell on the person you're in melee with. A spell that is a ranged attack makes you vulnerable.
Yeah, see, if casting a spell while in melee makes you vulnerable, I can concede that. But casting a spell that is a ranged attack makes you vulnerable, and casting a spell that isn't a ranged attack doesn't make you vulnerable, I have an issue with, personally.
Fair enough. Your game.
No, yeah. I mean, you do know that my game, my rules was more just as.
Absolutely. No.
What's his face last week?
I don't mind either way.
No,
I don't mind either way.
I'm going to have to check that one out because I can't remember. I know making ranged attacks makes you vulnerable. I know grappling makes you vulnerable. I don't recall it saying about spells, if that makes sense. But I'm not. So I'll say no and give you all conviction next week if I'm incorrect.
Righto.
Because trying to find that right now would be interesting.
Tricky.
Yeah. I don't want to waste time trying to find it. Leia, you are no longer stunned, so you can get up at cost of 2. You are vulnerable, but you're no longer stunned.
I am what, sorry?
You're no longer stunned, but are vulnerable. And you've just stood up.
Vulnerable, right. Thank you.
So,
Well,
I think you could. I
maybe
think you could.
vulnerable, but I'm also,
Sorry,
I'm
let me
also
look tokens.
irritated by this.
Let me look tokens.
Oh,
Sorry. I must have unlocked them at some
confusing
point.
me. It
I'm
doesn't take
sorry.
a lot. It's
You got okay. As long as you've currently got a maximum pace of 5 inches, so you should be okay.
That's there then.
Because you're hindered by
Have to
that
move
blast
around.
that hit you. You're hindered by the blast that hit you, and you got up, which cost you 2 inches of movement.
Okay.
You're pouncing. Seems fine.
I am.
Go for
Now
it.
then. Damn it, dog. Sorry, my dog just decided to come up and knock my phone down the side of the sofa. Right. What I want to do. What is that? I'm burying that damage.
Well, I've never made the players vulnerable for casting spells either, so. To say for this campaign, it doesn't.
I'm
But
not
for this
doing
campaign,
very well. Doing very well
he's
at all.
he's easy. I think he's tricky to hit because he's invisible, but he's definitely hard to hurt at the moment. I'm
Well,
afraid.
I can do my free action at either side of my turn, so realizing just how hard he is to hit, I am going to cast a power ready for next time.
Mm-hmm.
Will do. Janko is not going to do anything. Will do for me. Thank you.
Good stuff. Right. Gastus, you're up, sir.
Right. Well, we're going to have to cause this fella some more problems then, aren't we? And what can we do to make his life considerably worse, other than just stab him lots? I think stabbing him lots is the way forwards. And Gastus's muscles will throb with holy energy.
You were.
Indeed. Let's pop that on.
Ranged weapons in melee. Heroes may fire ranged weapons when engaged in melee with a few caveats. So if attacking a non-adjacent target with a ranged attack while in melee, the attacker instantly becomes vulnerable. Doesn't say magic. I'll keep searching for vulnerable.
Yes, but look at the previous bullet point that is in under the same section.
The attacker may only use a power or one-handed ranged weapon when in melee. He may not fire two-handed weapons such as a bow.
Right.
Yeah.
And the difference there is a ranged attack rather than a ranged weapon on the second bullet point. A power can be a ranged attack. It's not saying using a ranged weapon.
Let's face it, you've all done it for the whole campaign, so.
yeah. It's if attacking a non-adjacent target with a ranged attack, whether that be a power or a weapon.
Oh, well, that's okay. Vorka was the first target hit, and he's adjacent.
And he wasn't attacking any of the others, was he?
It was a token. It was a cone.
Everybody else was just a side effect.
Exactly.
Right. That's okay then.
Look, given that I've never done it for any of you guys, I'm going to ignore that one. I know about ranged attacks. I will still, however, keep my word. Okay, I've got 2 bennies left and it's 20 past 10, so I'm by soaking some of these attacks. Okay. So, let me see now. Take the first one, make a bigger check.
Doesn't die on that one.
Take the next one, make the bigger check.
Still doesn't die, damn him.
And then gets incapacitated. Oh, I actually had sound effects for that pack. Let's see what they sounded like. Yeah, lots of chittering.
I didn't like him. He was horrible.
But that's a good. I think that's a good place to leave it today. Because I'm expecting.
You'll be resetting everything, bennies and stuff. At the
yes, I will.
Next session, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't have a lot of bennies left, but I can do this.
All player characters and allies with arcane backgrounds regain 2d6 power points. What I will do is I'll move. Yes. See, this is the other one. Again, if we take it by the rules as written, then mystic powers don't count.
But
And
the
I've already
one
said
penny
that
I
counts
had
as
left
mystic powers.
completely refills my power points.
And that's only because mystic powers didn't exist when they created the.
When the adventure deck was made, yeah.
Yeah.
I
As
just
far as I'm
accidentally
concerned,
gave myself 1,800 health.
that
Well,
might
that'd be
be a
handy.
few. That might cause your brain to go pop and go pop and.
Ultimate power.
Indeed.
Oh, no.
Immense cosmic power, itty bitty living space.
Exactly. But I think that's a good place to leave it today. You're on the 3rd level of the tower, so
We must be
near-
near the top.
you are.
And she's
prob-
either
It's
up
getting smaller
top
each time.
or somewhere else.
Indeed. Well, yeah. The last time you did use the divination, you were told the way there. So we shall leave it there. I suspect that next week probably be the last session. Campaign will be over.
And you have Tabby now. Look her over. If you have any suggestions, you can see what I'm trying to do with her. If there's any
I
suggestions.
will indeed. So it may well be that week after next we start our new campaign. I
And
spend an awful
Gastinius, I
lot of
want to
time
thank you
fixing
so
bugs.
much. You know Gorka's little wedding song that you made such a big deal of? Gorka's?
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me 3 days to get that damn song out of my head again.
Yes.
Well, there's a reason beyond anything to do with the game that song keeps sticking
See you
with
later.
me.
Take it. Hopefully, see you in a fortnight when we start playing Hell on Earth. Unless they take an extra long time to finish the last 2 levels of the dungeon. But we shall see. Indeed. Anyway, I'm going to end it there. See you all. Oh, is it Flash Gordon? When's the 2nd of March is next Flash Gordon, isn't it? So is that? That's this Sunday. Flash Gordon this Sunday. See you then.
Thank you.